Skills for Success in Sociology is a course designed by Paul Grayson and I to address students' needs.
In this endeavor, we were assisted by April J. Walker from Student Advising. She brought to the course the very important perspective of someone who deals with students' problems on a daily basis.
In a nutshell, the course provides students in arts and social sciences with the skills for academic success, obtaining and keeping a job, understanding society in which we live.
The course can be offered in 3 different ways: fully online, in blended format, and in a traditional classroom setting. There are 10 main parts of the course.
Section 1, Explanation of Course Dynamics. In this section, full details are given about how the course works. Section 2, How to Find Help. This section identifies common problems and how students can deal with them before they become serious.
Section 3, Writing in Sociology, deals with grammar, paragraph construction, essay, report, and book review writing, plagiarism and referencing and footnote usage, effective note-taking in lectures, writing, rewriting, and identifying errors in the writing of others.
Section 4, Analysis in Sociology, deals with different types of arguments embodied in sociological texts and how to identify them: inductive, deductive, hypothetical deductive, inverse deductive reasoning, synthesizing different views, identifying bias, assessing the credibility of arguments, integrating new knowledge into a personal moral framework.
Section 5, Research in Sociology, focuses on how to identify information relevant to theses or arguments in papers, etc., online and other sources of relevant information, differences between scholarly and non-scholarly information and the appropriate use of each, what constitutes evidence, how to distinguish between good and bad evidence.
Section 6, Presentations, deals with how to verbally summarize the main points in literature, steps in preparing for verbal presentations, how to actually give a presentation, handling criticisms in presentations, developing a clear and effective speaking style, utilizing technological aids like PowerPoint.
Section 7, Time and Group Management, involves prioritizing to avoid last-minute rush, the development of skills useful in study groups, including conflict resolution, establishing group goals, delegation of responsibility for different tasks, motivating difficult or non-involved group members.
Section 8, Basic Numeracy for Sociology, focuses on basic skills necessary to calculate elementary measures such as standard deviation, elementary operations including addition, subtraction, calculating percentages, elementary algebra, and knowledge of square root, all skills developed in the context of basic tabular analysis and elementary differences in means.
Section 9, Tests in Sociology, focuses on different ways of studying for tests, how to approach long and short answer and multiple choice test questions. Section 10, Careers in Sociology. What careers are open to sociology majors? What are employers looking for? Subject matter expertise, generic skills, personal characteristics, identification and discussion of prominent individuals with background in sociology, and what level of education required to get a good job. Now that you have an overview of what is covered in the course, let's focus on how a web-based module on thesis development works as an example.
After a brief introduction, each module starts off with a statement of objectives for the module.
As you can see, the objectives for the module on thesis development are such that at the end of the module, you will be able to describe the main points of a good essay, differentiate a topic from a thesis, write a thesis, and distinguish between an explicit and implicit thesis.
The module's objectives are achieved through a series of exercises, case studies, and scenarios with which students must deal. For example, in the current module on thesis development, students are provided with an exemplary essay. They are then asked to identify and state the thesis of the essay, identify and summarize the definitions and concepts in the essay, identify and summarize the evidence, identify and specify what the different views expressed in the essay are and how they have been dealt with.
As a first step, students are expected to complete the exercises on their own, develop and record their own ideas on the exercise. Students address other exercises in the module in the same fashion. When they have completed all the exercises in the module, in the second step, students share their ideas of all the exercises with the members of a small learning group to which they have been assigned.
If the course is being offered via the web, this step occurs within Moodle. The idea behind this step is that within the group, participants are exposed to the ideas of others, students get feedback on their approach to the various exercises. Through discussion, students gain a firm grasp of the objectives behind the exercises.
Another idea behind placing students in small learning groups is that students develop a support group with which they are in constant contact throughout the course.
Step 3. On the basis of the group discussion, a rotating chair synthesizes the views of group members on various exercises in report form. He or she then sends the report back to the group for approval. This step ensures that the chair has not missed anything.
After getting feedback from the group, the chair then submits his or her report to the rest of the class for comment and to the instructor for grading. By using this learning method, students are not simply told what they should know, they develop understanding through doing in collaboration with others. As a result, by the time they have finished the module, they not only can tell you what they should know, they actually can do certain things.
Does it work? An analysis of research conducted in other courses offered online that employ the same method indicated a resounding yes.
In one web course using the method described here, 45% of students said that they had learned more than in other courses. In many assignments, students must link what they are learning to their everyday lives. In one web course, 97% of the class found this requirement helpful or very helpful.
In one online course based on the proposed method, 84% of the students reported they had more or much more communication with their classmates than in other courses.
Are the positive experiences reported by students a result of inflated grades? No. As seen below, in one web course, overall grades were no different than in other courses. Now that you know what the course is about and how it's being taught, we hope that you will enroll. You will expect a positive experience.